All right, good morning, guys. It's Evan. Welcome back to What's Your Fuel? And it's a good morning here in Hawaii. I just had breakfast, and I thought I'd send you guys a message. I got inspired about what has helped me over the last couple of years in overcoming just adversity and stuff like that. So over the last couple of years, I've been going through a divorce, and there's been a lot of ups and downs within that time. And a question came up yesterday in another video that I was watching, and it talked about they were talking about like personal frame of reference for one, or like the things that make us bring us joy, make us happy, give us purpose in life, and help us just feel more confident and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so frame. But then I brought up a question in that chat room. How do you handle adversity over a long period of time? Because a lot of people, they can, even, it's not just with divorce, it's just with anything, with a long-term goal. There's going to be adversity within that goal, and oftentimes if people don't know how to handle discomfort over the long haul, it can cause them to lose focus, get distracted, get discouraged, and quit. And I've seen it in athletics, in myself, as well as with guys that I've coached, and within our team, just other teammates and stuff. And so now when I think about my own situation and life with divorce, and as I get older, and I think more deeply about life purpose and what's it all going to be about at the end, a fulfilled life for me is what I want. I think about these things, and I just wonder, when I was on that chat feed yesterday, it's like how did I handle the last couple of years, which has been marked by some pretty big tragedy, like life changing events, tragedy, and not to get into all of that stuff. Not complaining, just kind of explaining like what's been going on and what led me to this video right here with you guys. So over the last couple of years, like I was saying, there's been a bunch of other stuff going on, namely deaths in the family, divorce, the sale of properties that took 30 years to acquire this wealth, and then having to split, court, like just battles in the divorce and all that kind of stuff. My kid and kids who I thought was my kid. All of these things kind of happen at the same time. Not being able to see my grandkids and all that kind of stuff. All this kind of like BS, okay? So what was it that kind of helped me get through all these things? And it was the development of like my own personal frame of reference. So what came first for me was that I decided, you know what, I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. And a lot of the things that I'd kind of let go of in my marriage, I started recapturing. So I started getting in the gym more, started paying closer attention to the things that I read, write, journal. So it was more of a mindset thing at first, and then I started getting physical results, and then I bought a motorcycle. I used to have a motorcycle before I got married, and she was like, it's too dangerous, you can't have that, I don't want you to have that. So I was like, oh, you know what, yeah, if I croak, what's going to happen to you? So it's almost like I had to kind of like get rid of the things that I loved in order to help her feel better. Or I thought that I had to think about, what if I die, what happens to her? Kind of things, And I think a lot of guys are trained to do that. As providers, we're kind of conditioned by culture, society, the media, all these things, and that we really need to like earn, provide, and then if something happens to us, make sure that our spouse and or kids are well taken care of for the rest of their lives. And that was my mindset. So I got rid of guns, I got rid of anything that was kind of dangerous. I even stopped training jujitsu. I stopped doing a lot of things that I loved. And so slowly but surely, I've kind of implemented those things again. I started lifting, getting stronger. My body has changed. I'm leaner and stronger than I've been in years. That's a huge plus, guys. That is a huge plus. If you're not getting any kind of exercise and your body composition is way off, you need to address that problem. You know, you got to be healthy. You gotta put good things in your mouth. You gotta take care of yourself. Get in the gym. You don't really need a gym. You can just get exercise in. I can help you with that if you want. But it has helped me tremendously. From there, I bought a motorcycle. I started riding everywhere. Not only was it's just more fun to ride for me. Being connected so closely to a machine that's so responsive and so powerful, you got to use all your senses. And to me, it's kind of like riding a horse. I mean, but it's a machine, and it's a lot of fun, and that brings me joy. That brings me joy every time I go to and from some place. I love it. Put music in sometimes, and it's a whole new world, man. So those types of things. I refurbished some rifles that I had that were given down to me from my uncles from World War I and World War II. So I did that during COVID, and that helped a lot. Took them to the range, fired them. They're freaking tack drivers, man. They can reach out and touch you with big rounds. And yeah, man, I love it. So having that sense of power and responsibility as well is pretty cool. Jiu-jitsu really hasn't started yet, but I got in some rolls with a buddy of mine, and yeah, man, it's good to have. And that's another thing. Surround yourself with other men. It doesn't, for one, women are not going to understand the struggles that we're going through because they're women. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's like we can't quite understand what kind of struggles they're going through. They cannot understand what it's like to be a man, really. And not only that, I don't think that they really give a shit too much about your problems or my problems or anybody else's problems. They want shit solved. And that's the truth, man. And you can, women out there would be like, well, I want you to tell me everything. I want to hear. I want you to be vulnerable. I want you to do. And women tell me that. And they have told me that in the past a lot, and I believe them. But I will tell you one thing. As I sit here right now and I think about it, none of those women are in my life. Zero. As I sit here, I recall, and yeah, man, there is not a single woman who I opened up to and confessed my problems to that is in my life. Why is that? They lose respect. They want to be, like as Rich Cooper would say, they want to be around winners, man. They're not interested in whiny men. So don't be that guy. Don't whine to women. If you want to talk about problems, surround yourself with other men. Talk about it to them, because they'll understand more. They might call you, they might tell you to freaking grow a pair of balls or whatever, but they're gonna tell you, and that's been helpful, man. That's been helpful. So that, along with reading other books and understanding just masculinity more. There's been some key authors, and I'll put them in the description below. You guys can look them up, but there's been a ton of them, and I continue to read them now. Rich Cooper, I'll mention a few now. So Rich Cooper, he wrote a good book. I'm reading again Mode 1 by Roger Allan Currie. And that dude is sharp, man. And I like the boldness that he has in terms of going out there and talking to women. Women like bold guys. If they like beta guys, that's one thing. But don't be a weak man just to make a woman feel stronger. Don't do it. I've done that too, and I'm telling you, it doesn't work. So be strong. Be strong, be masculine. Don't be afraid of that. Be bold. Speak your mind. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Be 100% honest all the time. And women see it and they acknowledge it. They might not like it, but they acknowledge it and they're down with it, because that's what we do as men, man. That's what I do my best to do every day. So Roger Allan Currie, you have a great book, man. I got to read more of your books. Mode 1, this is the 4th time I'm going through it. I'm going to do a book review on it. It's been out for a long time, and I really appreciate your work, man, and the boldness, and sorry about that. And anyway, so kind of rambling on a bit here, but you guys, to handle any kind of long-term adversity, you gotta have a purpose. You gotta, and if you don't have one, find one, and sometimes that purpose may change. But for now, if you're going through a hard time, your purpose is to get right. Your purpose is to get right with yourself. Get back in the gym, get your body moving, get healthy, start reading books that are gonna help you, whatever situation you're in. If you're going through a divorce, don't just study like divorce law, but go and understand the nature of women so you know what you're dealing with. And read books by Rollo, Tomasi, and Rich Cooper and others, okay? Educate yourself. The other thing is get into things that you used to love to do. Make the time, and if you can't make the time, like for me, I just included it in my routine. The key to long-term, I believe, one of the huge keys to long-term success and enduring discomfort is consistency and lifestyle. So it's not about lifting until you reach a certain goal weight. It's about creating a lifestyle, hitting that goal weight, becoming the best that you can possibly be, as cliche as that might sound, and then maintaining it for the rest of your fucking life. Like, that's key. So if lifting or if exercise gets you healthy so you feel better, more confident, if being bold with how you speak and how you project and carry yourself, and that doesn't mean being a dick. It just means being you. Okay, being you, your internal, whatever you is, being you without apologies. Okay, take some kind of martial arts class, jiu-jitsu, something like that, that's going to help you with your confidence. And not just confidence in that you can handle yourself and kick someone's ass. Confidence in that you can speak your mind without having fear. Okay, and that's not to be like, not to speak your mind in a disrespectful way, because a lot of guys that have done martial arts for a long time are very respectful. Why? Because they know that there's potentially other guys that even if the other guys don't train, it's almost like it's too easy for them. On the other hand, if a lot of guys train now, so you never know who you're talking to, and that's the way it should be with men, and that's the way it was. When you deal with men, there's always a chance of conflict and what's the word I'm looking for? Like, somebody can get hurt, death. All right, so when you're talking to guys, you just never know who does what, who's skilled at what, and with guys there's a respect level, and so when you do martial art and stuff like that, most guys are pretty respectful. It's usually the newer guys that are a little bit more disrespectful, so take up a martial art, do it consistently. With that, you're going to surround yourself with more guys. Some of them, and if you're single, then hang out with single guys, because the married guys, I was one for 25 years. The married guys aren't going to quite understand. They're going to be speaking a slightly different language, I think. So hang out with single guys if you're single. Make it a lifestyle. Understand how to talk to women if you're out in the dating scene, and that's it, you guys. Like, you got to have some kind of purpose. So for me, it's starting to kind of turn into like doing these kinds of videos for you, as I kind of go through my own life, and creating content like this, helping people get fit, helping people get healthy, helping people create more freedom in their lives so they can do and be the things that they want to be. So anyway, I'll get off my high horse now. Appreciate you guys. Please like, subscribe. What do they say on these things? Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I put out new content. A little bit wordy today, but it is what it is. All right, it's just one take. When I do these videos, I don't do a bunch of takes. I don't do a lot of editing because I just want to speak from my heart and just speak right to you. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. If you have any topic suggestions, let me know. All right. Excuse me. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you later. Allah.